Undead Treasure on XClash, otherwise known as Gold Skellies. These little guys are super awesome to hit. Click on the Events tab, and when you have these, you get tons and tons and tons of rewards. So you can click through your Events tab and go to Undead Treasure. You can read through the Novice Guide, look at the rewards, the rankings, and look at the store. The Union Discovery will show what zombies or bosses have been spawned by these little tiny yellow zombies. As you can see, there's not a lot over by us because we're hitting them, but here's a little cluster over here. They are super weak and they're super easy to hit, but they give awesome rewards. 1300 Mystic Beast. You get, I think, 800k Hero XP per hit, or 500k Hero XP per hit. We'll take a look in a sec, but I'm going to tile march over here because if I march directly to the zombie, I'm going to march really slow. So I'm going to pick a tile and march over there. But you see these little bosses. So at random, when you're hitting the little ones, the big bosses will spawn, and they give 1.4 million XP. They give stamina for you getting summoner rewards, and then if you're in the rally, you actually get double that. So you're going to get 2.8 million XP, 2600 Mystic Beast, and this is super helpful, especially if you're saving up your stamina. You're going to want to spend a ton of it on these gold skellies. This is probably my favorite event that happens maybe bi-weekly, every 3 weeks or something like that. You'll get a gold skeleton event. If you click over to My Discovery, that's what is going to show the zombies that you have spawned. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hit a bunch of these gold skellies, and we are going to try to spawn a boss and show you what that's like. So as you can see, my march there is 35 seconds. So I'm just going to march to the tile. I'm going to get there a little bit quicker. So although it says 25 seconds, it's about halfway, so it's going to be about half the time just a tile march there. So I picked an intersecting tile, and now I'm going to click attack. And a lot of people just go back to their base, but you could just click directly on it, click your squad, and then just keep hitting these things over and over and over again. They're not going to kill a lot of your troops, especially if you are somewhat decently strong. I'm hitting them with my squad 1 and my squad 2 right now. Just going to keep clicking on these until I spawn a boss. And what's cool about these is you just get so much rewards that you could literally just hit them and spend all your stamina, and it's totally worth it. Typically they happen a few days before kill day, so you can always save up your stamina at a later date. I always buy the 300 diamond stam every single day. As you can see, I have a lot of diamonds, but even if you don't have a lot of diamonds, spending that on stamina is a really good idea. It's only 300 diamonds. Don't spend the 500 diamond, though. I think that's a little bit overkill. You can go to the Union store, click Union, go to Union store, and go over to VIP, and you can buy the stamina in there for super duper cheap. That's probably the first thing you want to buy from that store. I'm just going to march with my second squad over here because I want to spawn a boss. And I've hit about 6 or 7 of these so far. They say every 10 or 10% of the time you spawn a boss. Sometimes you spawn 2, 3 in a row. It's just randomized across the map. The developers just put the bosses in certain spots. So when you're marching around, don't be discouraged. If you don't find one, you will definitely find them if you keep hitting them. And they give tons and tons of rewards. Like we said before, if you summon a boss, you don't actually even have to hit it to get your summoner rewards. You already got those rewards, but it's a really good idea to rally your boss anyway so that you get double. You earned it. You spent the stam. Your teammates should understand that. You should try to allow people who have summoned their own boss to just hit their own boss. It's just proper XClash etiquette to do that. I'm bouncing back between my squads, and as you can see, I'll click up here in my left hand corner where it says go. You can click on your other squad just to boost over and head over to your other squad. And looks like I spawned a level 25 boss. Let's take a look at it. As you can see, I got 1.8 million on Summoner, and I'm going to get another 1.8 when I rally it. So I'm going to march that back. I'm going to join this rally because that is going to taxi me home. So I only have a minute march now to get home from that spot. Going to go and request a taxi because it looks like I didn't get in. It was so close, but it should have been about a 10-second, 20-second march, and it turned into a minute. So I am going to try to get in one of these things. And that's a 32 because that's not an elite, so I am just going to do the waiting and tile march and just reduce the time by half. I assume my teammates are busy right now and don't necessarily want to start a taxi, making Silas walk home. But as you can see, I'm already home because I tile marched. You should do the same if your friends abandon you, like mine did. But to go and hit your summons, you're going to go to My Discovery, and then you can click the ones that you summoned. Click Go, click Rally, choose your squad. You're always going to want to choose your strongest squad when you rally the boss. And then I'm going to invite my team by clicking Invite. Rain, you are just a tad too late. But considering that I spawned this super awesome zombie, we might as well let it go. It looks like Wolfie gave me a taxi too. Oh my goodness, I love this man. Let's get him leveled up. He just joined yesterday. He joined our server, and he came over from another game he is very, very good in that game called Last War. You should check it out. It's very similar to this one. If you ever want more additional videos on how to play this game, Last War videos are super helpful because it's essentially the same game with different characters and different theme. But if you join your taxi, you can see that people are joining from far away, and that's the proper way to do it. As I rally this boss, waiting for Rain to join, we're going to march 30 seconds and smack this boss. But like I said, Gold Skellies is my favorite event, Undead Treasure. Every single person that's watching this video should participate in this event because you're really missing out if you don't. It is free XP, free Mystic Beast Potion. It is super, super cool to just hit these bosses, and you can just join the rallies if you don't have stamina and still get tons and tons of rewards. So we smacked our boss. I'm going to check my loot. As you can see, these bosses went crazy for me, but this one in particular spawned 1.8 million XP and 660k. I just got 4 million wheat from just hitting those zombies. So if you want to upgrade your buildings and use your construction buff, it's a super good idea to smack these skellies. You are not going to get these rewards by farming. You're not going to get these rewards by hitting other bases. This is really the time to use all the stamina that you possibly can. If you want to come and join our server, we are server 86. If you just started, you should pop over to 86. You will have to start from 0, but it is totally going to be worth it because we are the best server in our grouping. We're much stronger than everybody else, and we are getting tons of transfers from the other servers that are starting a 4th union. There is also a whale account in my server that is for sale. He will be at level 30 next week, and it will be the prime time to purchase that account. If you want more information on that, you can come into server 86 and ask, and it is super duper cheap for the level that he's at. He has spent tons and tons of money on it, and he's letting it go because he has to take a trip to Africa. So I would highly recommend purchasing that account. If you plan on buying in this game, you will get nowhere near the level that he is with the money that he spent. Click on server 86, come over, have fun with us, like and subscribe as always, and please, please, please participate in Gold Skellies. You're really missing out if you don't. One more thing before I go. It's super important that when you do kill gold skellies and you get the bosses, that you click on the Undead Treasure event and you go to the store. You have to spend all of the points that you get from hitting them. Highly recommend getting the stamina first, and I got some potions because I needed to upgrade my beast, but the speed ups are really good value in here. The hero tickets are good value in here. So just pick and choose. I got some crystals. I wanted to level up my sword. So a lot of these are really good. You can pretty much get whatever you want in here, but it is super important to spend your points. They will turn into speed ups if you don't use them, and you won't be able to get them back. So again, if you want to hit these, do not forget to spend in the store. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and join server 86.